Friday, we invited the White House to provide a guest to respond. They declined. But we're joined now by former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers. Larry, thank you for joining us this morning. I guess this firing of the BLS commissioner goes in the category of shocking but not surprising.
Yeah, I mean, this is way beyond anything that Richard Nixon ever did. I'm surprised that other officials have not responded by resigning themselves, as took place when Richard Nixon fired people lawlessly. This is a preposterous charge. These numbers are put together by teams of literally hundreds of people following detailed procedures that are in manuals. There's no conceivable way that the head of the BLS could have manipulated this number. The numbers are in line with what we're seeing from all kinds of private sector sources. This is the stuff of democracies giving way to authoritarianism. Firing statisticians goes with threatening the heads of newspapers. It goes with launching assaults on universities. It goes with launching assaults on law firms that defend clients that the elected boss finds uncongenial. This is really scary stuff, and it can hardly be surprising that when the rule of law is a bit in question, that there's a big uncertainty premium in the markets that is operating to both make there be less investment, which slows the economy down, and also means there's less supply so that there's more inflationary pressure.
Adding to that uncertainty is the president's campaign against Jerome Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve, saying he's been a moron, I think was the word the president used, for not lowering interest rates so far. What's the impact of that?
Look, I think that this kind of political Fed bashing is a fool's game. The Fed doesn't listen, so short-term interest rates aren't going to be different because of it. The market does listen, so longer-term interest rates are going to be higher, which is going to make it more expensive to buy a house. This is hurting the economy, not helping. I think the president understands that, and what the president is doing is recognizing that for all kinds of reasons, of which his policies are very important ones, the economy's at a lot of risk, and he's looking to set up a scapegoat if the economy performs badly. That's what this attacking Chairman Powell is really about. It's not really about trying to change policy. There's no chance that that's going to happen to any substantial degree.
The jobs report on Friday probably does increase the chances that the Fed will cut interest rates in September. What's your take on what that report told us?
I think it told us that the economy is closer to stall speed than we thought that it was. The July number was weak. The big deal is the downwards revision for the 2 months before that. And that means there's a real possibility that we're in a stall speed kind of economy, which means we could tip over into recession. That wouldn't be my prediction right now, but the risk is greater certainly than it was before, and it's a risk we don't need to be taking, but it's a risk that's made more serious by these tariffs. What your viewers should understand is that these tariffs are not job creators. When you raise tariffs on steel, for example, yeah, there's some people who work in the steel industry, but there are 50 times as many who work in industries like the automobile industry who are now going to be much less competitive when they try to compete all over the world. So this is an immense gift that we are giving to our country's adversaries by alienating our allies like Canada, like Europe. We are making it much easier for China to grow and flourish in the global economy. And I just don't understand why we would want to do that, especially when what we're getting out of it is an increase of more than $2,000 in the bills that typical middle-class families are going to have to pay.
You know, the markets have been pretty complacent about the tariffs so far. Are we seeing their impact in this underlying jobs report?
I think that is an element in it. I think both the direct effects of the tariffs, but probably more importantly, this sense of uncertainty that anything could happen, and who knows what business is going to be attacked next, who knows what the rules are going to be. In an environment like that, what should a business do? It should sit and it should wait. Wait in terms of hiring people, wait in terms of new factory construction. What's keeping the economy going in significant part is not anything actually that's coming out of the president's policies. It is all of the investment that we're having in data centers, which is coming out of the tremendous progress that some companies are making in technology, and that's keeping the economy going. But we're taking needless risks here, needless risks both on the unemployment side and, George, on the inflation side, which makes it harder for us to respond to any incipient recession threat when inflation is above target and when Americans say that cost of living is the biggest issue that's facing them.
Larry Summers, thanks for your time this morning.